What's up, guys? Survival Living here. So just going through some things. Like I said, we rotate our stocks out, so when we pull, we got to move things around. You know, so they're watching what's going on social media and the mainstream news, talking about Ukraine, Russia, the Middle East, what's going on with the country, what's next. You know what? I couldn't tell you. What I do, I continue to prep. I continue to load up canned goods, dry goods, rotate it out, stock up as much food as possible. We do the same thing with alternative power. Fresh meats, we put in the deep freeze. We run it with a solar grid. I mean, even with the deep freeze, pork chops, chicken. About the only red meat I can afford is the ground beef. Yeah, it works. It works. I love spaghetti. One of my favorites. Look at all that catfish. Yeah, spent a lot of hours out there after work. And like I said, alternative power. Running a solar grid, having a gasoline generator, solar generators, having ways of producing power when you need it. And growing your own stuff. Right here, we got our greenhouse going, guys. We got a lot of stuff that's in the ground. We're actually going to be doing a little side market on a lot of the extra stuff that we did not need to plant, but turns out there's a market for it, so we'll be doing that as well, selling plants. Learning to grow your own food is extremely important. Okay, stocking up, being able to catch fish, being able to hunt is great, but when everybody's trying to do it at the same time, sometimes you just don't have any luck. I'm pretty good at fishing, and there's been many of times I've been out there all night long, all day long, and not a single hit. It happens. Now your family's going hungry that day because you didn't put food back. Okay, so I want to encourage you guys to continue to do it. I do not know what's going on with Ukraine and Russia right now. I see so much information right now is that, one, we're not going to give Ukraine any more money. Ukraine's getting ticked off. The European nations are saying, oh crap, we need to prepare for war because the US isn't really going to back this up. We're going to prepare for war for Russia. I'm seeing the US saying that they're going to abandon this whole thing. They're going to start a war with Iran back in Israel. Either way, I believe there is a major war coming. Who's going to be the players? Don't know. I've always said the sandbox is probably going to be the next area. That's going to be the fall guy of a major event. And now we're talking about getting back into the sandbox. So, is it going to happen? I don't know. As a prepper, I'm trying to make sure I have my ducks in order. That way when things do happen, my family's took care of. Food, water purification, medical needs, hygiene. These are the basics. Those basics right there, you can survive. You want to start thriving, defensive tools. All right. Hunting and fishing equipment. These things that you can actually go out and do what you need to do. Have an escape plan, a bug out plan when things get too bad and your family's lives are in danger staying in that one spot. Sometimes you got to take off. Alternative power. I read it all the time. You can live without power. Some people can, some people can't. I like having alternative power. It makes my life easier, especially during shit hits the fan. I don't want to be scratching the surface to survive. I want to thrive. I love having a gasoline generator. I love having solar generators. I love having a wind turbine, although my area is not really good for a wind turbine. It's for a different location. I like having my own solar grid. Okay, we've done videos on that. That way I can generate light, which is everything out here is by our solar grid or the solar generator. Just depends on which one I'm using that day. Running the heater over there right now off of our solar grid. Self-sufficient greenhouse. It's not costing us anything extra to have this except for these solo cups and some of the potting soil I did have to purchase because we mix with our own compost, and it's a small uptake, but the rest of it is self-sufficient. When it comes down to SHTF, you're going to be completely self-sufficient. You're not going to be able to go to Wally World or wherever to go buy potting soils, buy extra seeds. Most of these seeds are things that we saved to seed back when we used to do gardening right in the dirt. I've shown videos on saving 2 seeds. A lot of this corn, most of this corn, is from those seeds. Yeah. A lot of this stuff that we have here, if I keep on hitting my microphone wire, is from that garden, that last garden we had. Now, there are a few things that we did purchase that we didn't have before. One, herbs. My wife likes them. I don't care about them, but went and purchased some of those. Eggplant seeds, stuff like that, stuff that we usually don't eat, we went ahead and got. The point is, when it all goes down, you're left with what skills and knowledge you have and what supplies you have. Knowledge is great, but if you do not know or have the skills to implement that knowledge in survival, it does you no good. How can I say that? And I know it has pissed off a lot of people on that, because I have done countless survival training courses where people have watched the videos, they have read all the books, but when it came to using those hands and those tools to make something happen or pushing themselves through the woods, it didn't happen, because they did not condition, they did not hone the skills to do it. You know, you could read all about hunting and watch all the videos on YouTube and anywhere else about hunting, but until you actually go out there and actually hunt, stalk hunt, still hunt, whatever type of hunting you're doing, and I'm not talking about sitting in a baited field, there's a huge difference than just watching and actually having to do it. There is. How can I say that? Because I know. Anyway, I'm not trying to discourage you, I'm trying to encourage you to push yourselves. Keep going at it. Put food back. Grow your own food. Learn how. You might not be able to get a greenhouse, but you might be able to plant outdoors. You might be able to grow inside your home. It's better than nothing. Anyway, guys, fishing, hey, go fishing after work. Put it in a deep freeze. Now you got some extra food put back for you and your family. Just keep prepping. Speak to y'all later.